Ducklings, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that short break and that lovely brutal OSC as we have returned. We have returned with our second series of the broadcast of the Chicken King Grand Cup number 7, day 1. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is Dark. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. As a reminder, we're here in the quarterfinals. This is an 8-player invitational. The winner of the series will advance on to face off against Gumiho in the next round tomorrow. Remember, the semifinals and the grand finals are going to be taking place tomorrow, same time, same place. Here we have the entirety of the round of 8. Here we go. Now, coming into this, it's going to be an interesting dynamic here because, on the one hand, Dark, I would still say, is the strongest Zerg player in all of South Korea. I know that Dark has been playing in less tournaments nowadays, and Dark is less active, but he is still a titan to be reckoned with, and I would still rate him very, very highly. But at the same time, what I just mentioned is true, is that Dark is slowly kind of stepping away. He's been competing in less tournaments. He's going gasless, by the way. Gasless open out of Dark. Hyper greed out of our Zerg player. But yeah, he's been less active. He's been competing in less tournaments. He is going to the military this month. He's already made that announcement. And as a result, he is less active than he used to be. But he did accept the invitational, or the invitation to this tournament, thankfully. So we get to feature him one last time. Despite that, though, it is Percival that has been a little more active. Percival, he's been on that grind. I would say that Percival, he's still trying to prove himself and still trying to build his reputation and his skill in the Korean scene. He's still, you know, making his way up there, but has a lot of potential. Is a very fast player, very aggressive player. His micro and his control is definitely on point. I'm always impressed whenever I see Percival in this matchup. We'll see if he can overcome the titan that is Dark. Here we go. Once again, gases opener. So Dark, he does open without any gases. It's going to be a hatch pull into another hatchery here. This is a very greedy way to play things out, but on a map like Amygdala, it is possible to get away with this. Basically, what we're doing here is we're being hyper greedy. We're going to be skipping gases and delaying link speed for a very, very long time, and we're going to be focusing on purely queen defense. Yes, we have a couple of slow lings, but really it's all about the queens. Now, the reason why you can get away with this on Amygdala, one, the map is very large, true, long rush distance by ground, but more importantly, rotating between the bases as the aggressing player is very difficult here on Amygdala. We bring this up all the time, but imagine if, you know, you have a group of Hellions, for example. It's a 2-1-1, by the way, but that's by the by. If we get up to, you know, 4, 6, 8 Hellions, if you try to hit this southern area or this southern entrance here and you get deflected by queens, to try to rotate over towards the top side, you have to go the long way around. It takes so long to rotate back and forth as the attack paths are very limited on Amygdala, and as a result, it is easier for a Zerg player to keep up with the Hellion rotations and to defend with purely queens. So it is more viable here on Amygdala than on other maps. Now, things do change when the rocks open up in the mid-game and when you have more attack paths, but that is in the mid-game, not the early game. Meanwhile, as we mentioned, this is 3cc 2-1-1. Add-on swap into fast stim, into mass marine production, not Hellions. So, as opposed to your typical standard build where you have additional Hellions, here instead we only have 2. So 2 Hellions, 1 Reaper, a very light commitment, and I really like this. Clem is very often going for this build as well, specifically on Amygdala. What I mentioned about how difficult it is for Hellions to find damage here on this map is definitely something to bear in mind, but because of that, that's why we barely have any Hellions. Hellions, they do die past the queens, they do head into the middle line. 1, 2 drones going down, getting up to 3. Not bad. Not bad here, considering how few Hellions there are. As Percival does pull out, does get away, Dark is going to be opening up roaches here, but again, because it's more difficult to get damage done with your Hellions, it's like, screw the Hellions, we're not going to make them, we're getting into mass marine instead. So Percival is going to be landing his 3rd CC, likewise the medevacs are on the way, and this should be around a 16 marine stim timing with double medevacs, and the goal here is to pick off overlords, deny creep, and to gain map control. So Percival is about to be active. 3rd base already being taken. Dark, of course, he did skip link speed, is going straight into roaches. We have the lair on the way, into 1-1 upgrades, into Roach Ravager. Now, Dark from here, he has options with how he wants to get into a later game. It is very common to go Roach Ravager into eventual Linkbane Ultra in the late game. Otherwise, Dark could go into like Hydra Lurker Nidus play, for example. Like Dark, he's got a couple of tech options once we get into a longer game state. For now, though, we'll see if Dark can defend against the first push against the Stim. As Percival, he does move out. It's going to be 15 Marines. 15 Marines, Stim. The rest of the upgrades are still on the way. And Percival, he is looking for damage here. Dark already in position with the Queens. He's ready. Percival sims in and is deflected. Yeah, Dark, he happens to be in position. He does deflect. Base takes a lot of hits. Helis are poking towards the left-hand side, and here there is an opening. But again, there's not that much here. Unfortunately, there was the double drop that came towards the right-hand side and not towards the left. As we do get the citizen's arrest, 2 drones go down. It's okay damage, but Percival, he's hoping for more. Sims in. Sims in, does focus one of the roaches. Just the one. Dark is holding, Dark does deflect. And we have the answer here. I was curious which path we go down. Is Dark going to go into Ultra Tech or into Hydra Tech and Lurkers? We have the answer, Hydra Tech. So this should be from Roach Ravager into Hydra Lurker into most likely Nidus play. That's the direction that Dark is headed in. As he's knocking down those rocks. You know, Medevac say drop over the wall. Dark, he doesn't quite notice. Lurker then is on the way. Dark is still teching. And Percival does find a queen. Not bad. Gets one, gets two. 2 queens go down. Gets into the mineral line. Getting 3 or 4 drone kills so far. Not bad. Gets up to 4 kills. Does spot the exposed spawning pool. And he will go for it. A little bit ambitious, but it looks like he will get the kill. He will deny speed. He will delay. Meanwhile, back at home, Percival, he's just building up his forces, building up his bio, his tanks, getting into 2-2. Armory is a little bit late, unfortunately, so 2-2 is going to be delayed for Percival. But all in all, Percival, he's gotten some nice kills, some nice snipes. Whether it's queens, drones, tech as well. We can see the hive is almost done. And so far, no Nidus from yet. So far, it is going to be Hydra, Lurker, Viper. Percival moving out. Isn't Dark going to EWC? No. There is no indication that he's going to EWC. Looks like he postponed his army thing. Once again, he did confirm that he is going to the army this month. Like, that's already stated. Just as a heads up. That's Percival. He's pushing forward, getting within range. Again, Lurker range is not yet done. Tanks, they're pulling back the army. Vipers move in. Oh, they're going to be zoned away. And force of Lightning Cloud. And the Lurker line is going to be broken. Percival sims in, takes down 2 of the Lurkers. There's 3 Lurkers left. Percival, he barely doesn't have enough though. Yeah, Lurkers, they move forward. Tanks are going down, and with these reinforcements with the Slowlings, let's go! The Slowlings! Slowlings, they get us around, they take down the tanks. Percival, he barely didn't have enough. And Dark holds. Whew. Dark, he holds on. Who needs speed? Who needs it? He didn't rebuild his spawning pool, did he? Yeah, he didn't. There's still no spawning pool, by the way. Even if we wanted to, we cannot research speed. Dark is holding, building up more Hydras, building up more Lurkers. See Dark shutting down Percival. It does shut him down. Percival, he was so committed with that push. I mean, again, he was hoping to kill the base, and he got so close. He got so close to breaking the expansion. He failed to do so. Now Percival, he has to back off, taking his 4th base, building back up. Dark, he's gone fast past the first hurdle. And now embracing all those hive upgrades. Hydra speed, lurker range, 3-3. And he's looking to max out. Hopefully he does rebuild that spawning pool soon. Oh, there we go. Link speed are being researched. Spawning pool is back. Ooh. Takes down the medevac. Takes down the medevac. Likewise, Percival, he's moving in through the top side, pushing on forward. So far, the army here is quite lacking here for Dark. Only a handful of lurkers. That's what, 2 lurkers in position. Tank shots are popping off. But now more lurkers are rotating over. Yeah, Percival taking a little bit too much time. He will catch 1 more lurker. And looks like he will take down the expansion at the same time. Dark moving in with his own lurker counterattack. Rushing into the tanks. Base goes down. These lurkers are being dealt with. Yeah, there's a stim. 4 lurkers going down. Nice pick off here by Percival. Shuts down the tanks. That's still a lot of lurkers though. Yeah, he has to respect it. He has to respect it. Has to back off. That's how many? That's 11 lurkers. Oh my god. And Dark, he breaks out. He dives on the army, getting within range. Tanks are going to be completely reset. Dark is holding. Dark is holding on. Did lose the expansion though. Likewise, barely any creep here towards the south side. I mean, in general, Percival, because of his aggression, he has done such a great job at maintaining control of that creep. The 1 active tumor, it does go down. Oh! Medevac falls. Ghosts have arrived. Dark's owned away. He still has 2 Vipers left. 2 Vipers left over. Dark looking for a way in. Likewise, Percival, he's keeping up. Dark just maintaining map control, trying to respec that creep. There we go, Nidusworm is on the way. And can he get on top of those ghosts? Snipes going off on Hydras, non-lurkers. Vipers move in. That's still a lot of ghosts. A lot of snipes popping off. Catching a lurker. Dark has to respect it. Has to pull away. Finding a tank. Nice abduction. Takes down 1, takes down 2 tanks. But the snipes are brutal here. Yeah, they catch out the lurkers. Oh, ghosts, they do push too far forward. Oh my god, no scan. No scan. Ay, ay, ay. Percival bleeding out how many? 7 ghosts. And Percival, he's broke. He does have a decent SCV count, but alas, he's not mining. And Percival can't sustain those losses. He does catch both of those lurkers. Let's catch him. Dark, he has a bank. He's going to be the first to max out. Likewise, Nidusworm into the main. Dark, he's setting up for it. There we go. There's that Nidus. Percival, he's in position. Oh! Doesn't get the snipe off. Takes down one of the Overseers. And with a scan, he can take down the other. Oh, yeah, there we go. Does snipe. Takes out the Niduses. Main army moving in. Oh, these tanks are exposed. Hydra's a lunge forward. Yeah, one, they get 2 tanks. Lurkers are a little bit far behind. They don't get the expansion. Don't get the base. Dark, he does pull away, does rotate. Percival, he's now remaxing. I'm afraid to look. How many ghosts does he have? 11. Ooh, he has 11 ghosts. Yo, shout out to that. That one token Swarm Host has been around for a while. I did notice him earlier, like 6 minutes ago. And he's still there. Just chilling at the Zonaga. Let's go. I'm hoping this Swarm Host survives the entire game. Win or lose, shout out to the Swarm Host. Meanwhile, once again, Overseers in towards the main base. That's Hearts are in position. They shut down one of the Overseers, but not the other. And one makes it through. Knight is into the main. Percival, he does react. Oh. That's defend. Likewise, he wants that Overseer. Ooh, snipe goes off. Again, just really nice tower positioning here from Percival. Dark switching into Master Link Bane. Baneling's speed is only halfway done. Getting into Neural, Burrow, getting all of his upgrades. Dark's one of the tanks. Bunker's moving in, and Dark, he does have map control. He will deny the goal base. So he cannot mind. Nice snipes though. Very nice snipes. He's got one ghost. Goes down, lurkers they move forward, tank is within range. More snipes. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal snipes here. Darky does move in towards the right hand side, catching us on the Viper. Nice snipe on the Viper. Once again, Percival, he does control well. Does he have enough? Does he have the numbers? So far he does. He shuts down the Banelings, he defends against the Hydras. Dark bleeding out a lot of supply here. And Percival, he wants those lurkers. Going for the planetary. Lurkers, they try to get out of here, but there is no escape. Oh my god, Jesus. The ghost, get out of here. Ghosts, they get caught out. Massive connections. And nice catch here from Dark. Who needs lunkers? The Lings, they flood in. Getting on top of the tanks. 2 tanks do go down. Percival, he's in trouble here. So very quickly, Dark, he just snowballs out of control, takes down the ghost, catches out some of the tanks. Catching a Liberator. Percival barely holding on. Oh no, the Swarm Host! Get out of here! The one Swarm Host. He abandoned his post. Oh no. It's not safe, Pappy. It's not safe. As it looks like Darky is done with Lurker tech. For the time being, we have one Lurker. One Lurker here currently towards the top side. It is purely Lingbane Hydra out of Dark. When he will lose the base, or at least the mineral line. It does respond in time, he keeps up. First of all, he does pull away. No, the Swarm Host! Swarm Host goes down. Dark, he doesn't win the main army though, he's going for the planetary. Banelings, they roll in, massive connections. Yeah, 14 SVs go down. Percival here extends. Nice snipes on those Hydras. But did lose an expansion, did lose 18 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Again, Percival, he's being spread thin. These trades have not been ideal, and Percival, he is down in supply. Does not have a lot to work with. And Dark is just taking more bases, taking top left, taking bottom right, taking more expansions. Now Percival still has a more efficient army, that is true. But he needs an economy. And Darky just dives in. He dives on forward, takes down the tanks. Dark has a 2k bank. Just keep rebuilding, remaxing on Lingbane. And Percival, he's just run out of steam. He has no bases, no economy. The goal base is somewhat sustaining him. He has some saturation. But losing that planetary was brutal. And something that he's just not recovering from. Not yet. Percival, he needs more time. If Dark is passive, or if Dark overextends and loses an army, then Percival can recover. Oh, the deductions are brutal. The Ghost getting caught out. Dark going back into Lunkers. And Dark is maxed. And a shout out to Percival, because Percival, he was able to hold his own against Dark for most of this game. Percival, he had some strong moments. But unfortunately, once he lost map control, Dark, he was able to just take every expansion, fully saturate, max out, and keep going. Percival, he just barely wasn't able to keep up with that. For the most part, he was, though. Was trading. Stock moves in. Once again, denying expansion, denying mining. I mean, that's what matters. As long as Dark can deny these southern and northern bases, I mean, that's going to be game. Just making sure that Percival, he has no economy. Dark collapsing in. Getting on top of the Ghost. Attacks the Liberator. And GG gets called. There's just nothing left to defend here. Percival, he runs out of steam, and Dark, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Dark, he does take the first game here. And again, Percival, he did play this out so well. What I will say is that even though there were some really strong moments where Percival did snipe those lurkers for almost every moment that he did get them, he would end up losing ghosts. He would end up overextending or overstaying his welcome, running out of scans, and would bleed out a lot of ghosts. Never quite was able to maintain that count. And likewise, wasn't able to get the momentum he was hoping for. GG. GG, well played. Lurker so difficult to play against. I mean, Percival, he played really well against them. He played well against them. There's a reason why towards the end, Dark, he abandoned Lurkers. He was like, this is not working. He's like, this is not working. He lost so many, and he just switched into pure Lingbane Hydra. And it was in those moments, if you recall, where he was able to catch the Ghost. He caught the Ghost out in the open, out exposed with his Lings, with his Banelings. And more importantly, dive on those expansions and knock down the planetaries. And just made sure that Percival just ran out of resources and starved out. And now we're getting into game number 2, and we'll see if we can get it back and forth. I'm hoping for an ace match, I'm hoping for a game 3, but the pressure is now on the Terran, as spawning in the bottom right hand corner of El Dorado, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg. It is Dark. Leading the series 1-0. Here we go. Lingbane Hydra, is this 2020? Hello, Philosopher, once again. Hello. I mean, Lingbane Hydra, I know that you were away for quite some time, but still has been a composition throughout the years. Has stuck around since the COVID era of StarCraft, for sure. Yo, I see Avix in the chat. Good morning. I'm assuming you just woke up, and I'm assuming you haven't stayed up all night. Esther Avix. Chin King. So if this Chin King was from Kentucky and was fried and knew martial arts, would this be KFC? God damn it. That's the one problem when it comes to casting Kung Fu Cup, is that it just makes me hungry because I just want some KFC every time, baby, every time. God damn it. But yes, we are here to determine who is the king of the chickens. Who is the king? Who has the biggest chicken amongst all these kings? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Aye. As Dark moves out. Now, what I will say, as Dark, once again, gasless. Once again, gasless opening here out of Dark. He's very fond of doing this whenever he can get away with it. We've spoken about this before, but El Dorado is another one of these maps where you can cut corners. The reasoning for this is because of the terrain. Here on El Dorado, how do you really apply any pressure to this third base with Hellion-based openers? Well, you can't, at least not without mining through these patches, right? You have to mine through these patches, open up the southern half of the map to actually apply pressure. You have to jump through some hoops to get your Hellions here. And even if you do, because Dark only mines one patch, he can wall this area off with one queen. One queen, he can evacuate the mineral line and preserve his workers. Because of that, it is easier on El Dorado to defend without link speed with purely queens. So we can just wall up this ramp here towards the natural base, and of course get queens in position here at the choke point, and the Hellions have a very hard time getting damage done. Because of that, I wouldn't be opposed to Percival going for a 2-on-1. Speaking of, there it is, 2-on-1 at a Percival, just like the last game. Because Hellions have a hard time being active on this map, forget about the Hellions, fast second ranks into fast stim, into once again a stim timing. Now I say once again, last game we did have a 3cc 2-on-1, it was a delayed stim timing with a prioritization on the economy. Here, there is no third CC. No third command center. This is very aggressive, very committed, and this needs to get damage done. Now Dark, his scout is denied, the Marine is on patrol, and the problem here is that Dark, he will eventually confirm the low Hellion count. I mean, he'll see potentially additional Marines as well as Lings they attempt to poke in. Yeah, Link scout is denied, and right now it is still difficult to determine whether or not this is a 2-on-1, a 3-rax, or a 3cc 2-on-1. So Dark is trying to piece it all together. Regardless, Roach-based opener. As we mentioned, because it's been gasless, there is no link speed, so it is very common here to just skip link speed entirely and go straight to Roaches, at least early on. I mean, even last game, we had like, what, like a 12-minute link speed timing or like 15-minute link speed timing. So Dark is getting to Roaches. There's the add-on swap here into double medevac, into that 2-1-1. Let's go. Someone is asking in the chat, who is Percival, alive? No, alive is alive, and Percival is Percival. Percival, he's been around for many years. If you haven't seen the name Percival before, then you might not be watching too much Korean StarCraft. But Percival, he debuted, I want to say he debuted, was it 2019? It was like either 2020 or 2019 is when Percival debuted. So he's been around for quite a number of years. I would say, like, I guess because we're a little bit older when it comes to being like viewers and fans of StarCraft, I would say that Percival, he is like one of the newer faces to the Korean scene, but the caveat is that he debuted in 2019 and has been around for like 6 years, which is crazy to think about. Like in my mind, Zaun is still a rookie, but Zaun has also been around for a long time. Meanwhile, here comes the 2-on-1. It gets into the middle line. Drone's going to be going down, and he will eviscerate the economy. Every drone falls. Aye, aye, aye. 22 drones. 22 workers go down. Dropping into the main base, getting even more damage. You can see Dark, he's caught with his pants down. He was not ready for this. He was not expecting this either. Likewise, Percival, he's going for the gold. Rushing into the gold base, 26 workers, 27, 28. He's still not done. He still has a full medevac full of Marines. Drops down towards that third. Roach is in position. Dark, he will deflect. And Dark, he is hurting here. 28 workers here, killed. The economy is crippled now. Dark, he does have the gold. True. The gold base does allow him to sustain himself somewhat. And Dark, he can turn this into an all-in. So Dark, he's saturated at the gold. Roach is fanning out. We have Roach speed on the way. We have +1 range on the way. Getting to 1-1. Dark, he will survive. And I'm sure Dark is hoping that Percival is maybe a little bit too greedy here in the follow-up. Behind this Percival, this was not an all-in. He's getting his third CC on location, going for his own gold. Rush distance by ground is incredibly short here on El Dorado. As you can see, from gold to gold, I mean, we're touching tips. We're in the same screen here, base to base. So very short rush distance by ground. Aggression is heavily favored here on El Dorado. Sims in, trades with the Roaches. Nice transfuse. Darky holds his own. Does hold his own. Well, Percival's still building up, getting to +1, getting to a greater tank army. And Dark, he's not droning. He is squeezing out a couple of workers here and there, but we're still waiting for that 1-1 timing. The upgrades are on the horizon here. Dark building on more Roaches, now morphing into Ravagers. And this map favoring aggression, I mean, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Dark, he's again encroaching upon that gold. The creep is spreading. Dark also moving in. Setting up a counterattack. Has to pull back over. Tanks getting caught unsieged. Okay, Percival, he has to pull away. Likewise, boys being pulled. Tanks lose siege. First tank does not go down. Whew. Percival, he does hold. Does hold on. Dark still building out, coming in from behind, going for the gold mineral line. Okay, looking to pile down on those SCVs, on those tanks. Speaking of, here come the first miles. Gets a tank. Takes down a tank. Denies the mineral line. And Percival stuck on one base, sorry, not two base economy. Stuck on two bases for now. Dark rotating over. Actually, he just goes straight for the natural. Oh, he thinks about it. Yeah, going for both. Percival out of position. The tanks have to rotate over. Wall is being broken. Knocks down the depot. Tank does siege in time, though. The tank does siege. Dark pulling away. So we see Dark, gonna be forced back once again. Takes down another tank. Has recovered to overextend. I mean, this army is just so battered, so bruised. Roach Ravager on such low HP, but he does reinforce. Yeah, it pulls back, morphs in the weakened roaches into Ravagers. Let's go. Dark building back up. Oh, he's getting caught out here. Fighting with half his army. Takes down a medevac. Oof. Takes down the medevac. Tanks are sieging. Another tank goes down. Dark, he's breaking through. Yeah, there's just not enough bio here. Percival, he had a strong start to this game, but he will lose control. Every tank goes down. And Dark, he breaks through. He's getting some of the gold base. There's one tank remaining. And again, despite losing all those SCVs, the gold base did sustain him. This gold base had put in a lot of work for Dark. Likewise, he was already working towards his own Roach Ravager. Punishes the gold. Denies the economy. And Dark, he's going for the kill. There's one tank left here on the ramp. Ay, ay, ay. Stark is moving in. Oh my, there's so many piles. It's crazy. Piles are raining down on Percival. More Ravagers morphing in. Yeah, and at this point, Dark, he's just overwhelming. He has a 3-base economy with the gold base as well. Moving out with more Lings. Getting into 2-2. Upgrades finishing up just in time for this final fight. And Percival, he's on his last legs. He's muling his heart out. He needs an economy. Just not fast enough. GG gets called. Dark, he will claim the series 2-0, advancing on into the next round. GG. Whew. Percival, he streams with Cam and went to GSL. GG, well played. Dark, he will claim the series 2-0. Very impressive, despite losing so many workers. What was it? 28 drones, like 28 plus workers went down to the 2-on-1. It was a very successful initial assault there from Percival, even rushing into the gold base behind it to have a boosted economy. But Dark, he had his own gold base. Likewise, he was able to trade so well with his own Ravagers, denying mining time, out positioning his opponent, and popping off. Very impressive stuff there. GG, well played. Dark, he does bring it back, and again, Dark, he does persevere. GG, well played. Congratulations. Dark, he will advance on into the next round, and tomorrow we have our next series set for us. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at the Wikipedia page yourself. Let us head on over. Go. As we do head on over here, we do have our results coming in. We have Gumiho. Gumiho takes down Creator 2-1. We have Dark taking down Percival 2-0 as well. And tomorrow we will kick things off with Gumiho versus Dark. Let's go. We have that TBZ in the upper semifinals. Meanwhile, we do have the lower matches ready for us. Now, as a reminder, this is only day 1 of the broadcast. Day 2 is going to be tomorrow. We're going to be featuring day 2 tomorrow with the semis and the grand finals. For now, though, we do have some more best of 3s ready for us. Up next is going to be a best of 3 between Zaun and Beyond. Let's go. Let us go. Just catching up in the chat. Yeah, see, Moik's coming in the chats. Yes, as I did mention, Percival, he's Percival. Like, he streams with Cam. Like, he's been a part of GSL. As we mentioned during the cast, he did debut like back in 2019. He's his own player. I would hope Percival was alive. I don't think undead players are permitted to play outside of Warcraft 3. Yo, Avex, you're reaching for that one, Papi. Animal, Papi, animal. It's only 2 a.m. I haven't gone to bed yet. Oh my god. Take care of yourself, Papi. Take care of yourself. It's the Avex. Here we go. But here we go. We are getting ready here for our next matchup. It is going to be Björn versus Zaun. Just setting things up. And getting ready. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Going to be going on a very short break. When we come back, we'll have that next best of 3. We'll have that next matchup. See you soon. See you soon. See you soon.